G'day guys, so we need to talk about iircade. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, the iircade is a new home arcade unit coming out. It's basically a bar top that'll have an extra big riser to make it a full size if you want. And the creator of iircade has promised that it'll run retro games as well as current generation AAA titles, 60 frames a second, 1080p. Whether it'll do that or not, we'll work that out. It's going to sell for $4.99 or $2.99 on Kickstarter coming up. Yeah, I've got a lot to say about Kickstarter. I'm not going to go over everything about iircade in this video. I just want to go over a couple points and a few points why I think it's probably going to be maybe the next Ouya. You know, I think it's doomed, more or less. I'll link in a video into the description if you want to learn everything there about iircade, but I'm not going to go everything in this video basically. With all that said, we'll go over a couple points now. Alright guys, but I'm going to start this with a positive, and I have to really talk about the redesign they've done on the iircade. As a lot of people would agree, the first design of iircade, it was not the best looking arcade. I think the biggest criticisms they were getting at that time was that it didn't look that good. I would have described the white marble of it almost looking like the old Italian guys down the road coffee table that he got in the 70s. But anyway, as you can see, their graphics design team really knocked it out of the park. I really like the redesigned neon colours and the sort of cybertech design of it. Even the logo, it looks really more modern, and I think it'll sit in with current home arcade units like the 1UP and At Games Legends and stuff. I think it's going to slot in nice with people who've got a lot of them to look really good. And alternatively, the redesigned II is going to look really good on its own at home, maybe in your office or with in a kid's room or something. I think it'll look really good all the way around. So probably the one positive out of the few things in the last few weeks with II is the redesign of the cab. And yeah, they knocked it out of the park, that one. But that's probably where the positive things I've got to say about iircade sort of end. Not long ago, the specs of the iircade were released, and the creator of II, Jong, he said that it's going to run a hexa-core 2 GHz processor, 4 GB of RAM, and 64 GB of storage. But that's all he told us. He didn't tell us what type of processor it is, whether the 2 GHz is the base speed or the boost speed. There's no information on a GPU, anything like that. I'll bring up a video now of Jong at CES this year with what he was saying, the capabilities of IIR, and I'll have a chat about that.
So we can run a lot of current generation games at 1080p, 60 frames per second?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Of games, and you're saying we can run this at 1080p, full frames per second, without any kind of bog down or lag or anything like that?
That's exactly what it is. And
5 games and you've already hit your maximum capacity. Is there any fears or concerns there?
you don't have to worry at all. We got plenty of space.
Okay, plenty of space. Okay.
Yeah, but we're talking about some of the top AAA titles here.
Perfect, perfect.
Alright, so what's the problem that I have with these specs? Look, it's powerful enough. It's going to play all the retro arcade games, the Neo Geos, the Pac-Mans, Space Invaders, everything like that. No problems. It's when you get into what John calls the AAA titles, this isn't going to do it. I mean, you only have to have a quick look online for devices with similar specs, and what comes up is your mobile phones, your Android phones, your Android tablets and everything, and that's exactly what you're getting inside this. It's basically an Android TV in an arcade unit that has a really nice design on it. That's it. The AAA titles that they talk about, the games like Dead Effect and that, they're all Android mobile games, iOS mobile games. I played Dead Effect on my iPhone 5 in 2014, so I wouldn't describe these games as current generation or AAA. Most people don't really regard mobile gaming as serious anyway. And every game so far announced has been, they're all Android-based games. They're all games that are available on the Android Play Store, and you're probably going to get a bit of experience with a device like an NVIDIA Shield at a cheaper price point too. I think people have picked up $50 arcade one-ups. Seriously, could put a NVIDIA Shield in one of them and blow an II arcade out the water for about the same price. I don't think Jong was lying when he said the II arcade is capable of current gen AAA titles. It's just an overstatement. For a lot of people it won't be a problem because they just want to play retro games, but for me, I was excited when in CES when he said we'll be playing modern games 1080p 60 frames a second. And that brings us to the Kickstarter, the nail in the coffin for for I know myself and a lot of people. Crowdfunding like Kickstarter and Indiegogo, they're for, you know, the little groups of blokes who've made a product that they're passionate about and they like, and they want to get it funded so then they can get it out to retail.
We're getting a lot of interest from retailers right now, so we'll be able to get.
So yeah, if you've got a lot of interest from retailers, why do you need a Kickstarter? Is it that when retailers have got a hold and had a good look at your product, they realise it's not that good of a product, that it's just an Android device in an arcade, and that you need the Kickstarter to get that product out there, to hopefully get that product out there? Have you lied to us, John? I don't know. The one thing you probably could say about a Kickstarter is that because when they ship out, they're shipping out to individual backers. They're not shipping out a mass order to a supposed retailer. So it gives them the opportunity to ship out to not just a North American market, that people in Australia, UK, Europe, Southeast Asia, where there is interest for this device, they're shipping out individual units. They can ship out to those people globally rather than just North America. That's probably the one positive you can get from the Kickstarter or any crowdfunding unit. I've been a part of a couple Kickstarters and only one has ever delivered on time. Only one. Two, they just disappeared, which could very well happen here. You know, they could get a lot of backers and they'll just disappear. I really hope I'm probably wrong on this one, guys, and I really hope in 12 months time I'm making a video here eating my humble pie saying that II has surprised myself and a lot of other people. It's a raving success and everyone's happy and it's sold thousands of units. I just don't see that happening.